We are live. You already know who it is. My name is Mike Kyle, aka the Fantasy Vulture. I have over a decade worth of fantasy football experience and have continuously competed for fantasy championships over the course of the past 6 seasons. Let's make it 7 in 2020. But enough of me. I'm here for you. On today's episode of the FB Show, we are going to go right into our Week 12 game recaps, breaking down every single Week 12 matchup, all through the lens of fantasy football. So if you're excited for this video, be sure to hit that like button down below like an open receiver downfield. Also, smash that subscribe button like a power running back up the middle so you never miss a video from me. And last but not least, you can follow me on all social media platforms at FFVulture. The content I am going to be producing on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok over the course of the next 5 weeks is going to be astronomical, and I'm so excited to share what I have in store for all of you guys as we approach the playoffs and, of course, championship season, which I hope as many of you win championships this year as physically possible. But let's dive right into Week 12. Titans throttled the Colts by a final score of 45-26. This is a very important game. If you play in a Week 17 championship and you have players on one of these teams, there's a chance that this game actually impacted who is available to start in Week 17 because the Titans improve to 8-3 on the year and the Colts fall to 7-4. Obviously, falling is a bit of a stretch, right? But the Titans do take a 1-game division lead in the AFC South. Ryan Tannehill was 13 of 22 for 220 yards and 2 touchdowns. Derrick Henry, King James. Derrick Henry is the LeBron James of the NFL. Impossible to stop, just timeless, and so physically dominant compared to everybody else. Henry's stat line, 27 carries, caught 2 passes for 185 total yards and 3 touchdowns. It was a spectacular vintage Derrick Henry performance. A.J. Brown, 6 targets, 4 receptions, 98 total yards, a touchdown. Then he also had a special teams touchdown off of an onside kick. So if you are in a platform that did reward that, great for you because you lucked your way into a touchdown. And if you are wondering why your platform didn't reward you, it's likely that those points went to the Titans' special teams instead. Moving over to the Colts now, Phillip Rivers, 42 attempts, 24 completions, 295 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 pick. Nyheim Hines was the leading running back in this game. Jordan Wilkins was in and out of the lineup battling some rib injuries. Hines, 10 carries, 10 targets, 8 receptions, 95 total yards. T.Y. Hilton gets into the end zone for the first time since October of last year, and Trey Burton has a second straight game with a touchdown. But also important to note that at the goal line, it was not Nyheim Hines. It was not Jordan Wilkins. It was Jacoby Brissett who vultured not 1, but 2 touchdowns from those Colts running backs. Few things I want to go over real quick. First off, let's talk about Jonnu Smith, who did not see a target in this game. Simply put, I believe that the Colts ranked top 5 in points allowed to the tight end. I guess top. What's the other way to put that? Because they not the most, but the least. Basically, the Colts are superb against the tight end position. So seeing Jonnu Smith go 0 for 0 here isn't really surprising. But then you also just look at the fact that, if you watch this game early on, and you saw Derrick Henry carving up this Colts defense. I mean, it looked like that Henry was legitimately on pace for 250 rushing yards in this game. It was that dominant. You knew automatically there was no need for this team to even try and throw the ball. Again, Derrick Henry had 27 carries. Ryan Tannehill had 22 pass attempts. So you can clearly see how this game was kind of scripted to go early on. Obviously, Tannehill's performance gets in the end zone through a rushing touchdown as well, which was actually really disappointing as a Derrick Henry owner, right? Like, not to get too greedy, but I believe it was 1st and goal. It's 1st and goal from the 2. Henry already has 3 touchdowns on the day, and of course they run a freaking option, a fake handoff to Derrick Henry, and everybody should go after Henry because he has 3 fucking touchdowns on the day, and Tannehill takes it the other side for an easy score. So if you started Tannehill, good for you. I did not. I started Taysom Hill instead. Didn't hurt me because, again, I wanted to see what Tannehill would do in this matchup. He struggled recently as of late, just going through brutal defense after brutal defense. But if you started Tannehill, still it worked out for you in that regard. A big reason why it worked out for you is because A.J. Brown had another 62-yard touchdown. A.J. Brown is legitimately fucking incredible. I'm going to give out a real big hot take right now, and I'm perfectly okay with that, and that is, A.J. Brown is the best wide receiver in football. I know I just gassed up Devontae Adams, who actually just scored earlier in this Sunday night game versus the Bears, but I don't care. What A.J. Brown does on the football field every single goddamn week is the most impressive thing I think I may have ever seen from an athlete. The consistent monster plays, the strength, the power, the speed. He does everything. And it's just so incredible to watch. You look at his past 8 games, 8 games. He scored a touchdown in 7 of them. It's unbelievable. I cannot believe what I'm seeing from A.J. Brown, right? DK Metcalf started off the season hot. I get it. But what A.J. Brown is doing at 23 years old on back-to-back seasons without missing a beat it's beautiful. It is immaculate. I cannot believe it. And it's just so damn cool to watch. You look at his upcoming schedule too, just for the Titans overall. Cleveland, Jacksonville, Detroit, Green Bay, and Houston. Oh, baby. As somebody who has all 4 of the Titans players across all of my teams, I'm so excited for the Titans' rest of season schedule. And with that being said, I hope I don't have to face any of them in my fantasy playoffs. In fact, I hope I don't. I know another playoff team is A.J. Brown, and so knowing the fact that I have Ryan Tannehill, that's actually going to be minimized just a little bit, the effects of a good Brown performance. But man, I don't want to face any Titans if I can avoid it in the fantasy playoffs. That's for sure. Going over to the Colts, let's see, big things here. Jonathan Taylor did not play because he was placed on the COVID list on Saturday morning. Michael Pittman, down game, still had 9 targets, which is something I was going to try and put in the box score, but I felt like noting Brissett's 2 vulture touchdowns just for the brand was a better option. So Pittman still had 9 targets, easily led the team, and he is the number 1 guy in this Colts receiving game. And Trey Burton gets in the end zone as well for the 2nd straight week. I think I mentioned that. Just something to note, because if you look at Trey Burton's rest of season schedule, it is Houston, it is Vegas, it is Houston, it is Pittsburgh, and it is Jacksonville. And those are incredible matchups for the tight end outside of Pittsburgh. So if you are streaming options, maybe you have a Hayden Hurst and you aren't confident with him throughout the rest of the season, look for Trey Burton, because I guarantee you he's going to be on your waiver wire. Because I feel like he's probably 10% owned, if that, right? And then Phillip Rivers continues to get it done in his own Phillip Rivers ways, right? He's going to throw a touchdown, he's going to throw an interception. He'll throw for 250, almost 300 yards, and he'll get into the end zone once or twice as well. Rivers' rest of season schedule, I've talked about this previously, it's whoo! Both these squads have a really great rest of season schedule. I'm super excited to watch them perform during the fantasy playoffs. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button down below, looking open receiver downfield. Also, smash that subscribe button like a power running back up the middle so you never miss a video from me. Last but not least, you can follow me on all social media platforms at FFVulture. Again, the content that is going to be coming out is insane. I'm so excited to show you guys what I have in store. And last but not least, remember, people come and go, but fantasy championships are forever, and I will see you in the next video.